looks all weird on here. All right, take my word for it that this presentation was much better in real life, but we'll give it a go. So this is my perfect itinerary for 4 days in Switzerland. So after 23 and a half hours cooped up on a plane, you need to stretch your legs. So you start stretching them, and you keep stretching them and stretching them and stretching them until you get to the top of a 1,600 meter mountain. In retrospect, it was probably too much stretching because you run out of all food, nutrition, and water and still have 20 kilometers of downhill to go to get back to town, and your quads are fried. Somehow, miraculously though, you still managed to cross the line in first place in the 2 meter tall Australian subcategory. Right, day 2, wake up bright and early, get on the road, curse yourself for not shelling out for a bigger car as your quads are cramping. After all that running, it's time for some rest and relaxation. Jokes. It's time to drag your jelly legs across a bunch of these tiny iron poles, which is called Via Ferrata. So the route for this Via Ferrata is pretty simple. You just need to climb from the bottom to the top of this huge cliff, following the line of this beautiful waterfall. Make sure to take the tags off your helmet and harness before you start. Otherwise, people might realize you've never done this before. And that would be really embarrassing. In all honesty, though, this was absolutely terrifying. You're not supposed to do Via Ferrata on your own. I think I just assumed I'd bump into some other people and could tack onto their group, but no such luck. I didn't see anyone else the whole day. So all that was going through my head are all the warnings that I probably should have heeded about how this is not a beginner's route and should not be attempted without thorough Via Ferrata experience. But anyway, along with the iron poles, there's a bunch of other cool features like these wire bridges called monkey bridges, which you use to get back and forth along the waterfall. And about halfway up, there was also this crazy loopy ladder, which was a bit of fun. And then after about 3.5 hours, you make it to the top. Everything said when you get to the top of the Ferrata, you jump on the cable car, which is here. It should be operating, but there's no one here. And it's not. And I can't walk back down there. I can't. My legs won't work. Update. Now, I managed to get inside the cable car, but I don't know how to make it go. I don't know. 4. Someone, come on. I just want to go. I can't walk. I gotta walk. 2 hours. This is the worst. The worst. Look, I realize it's not actually the worst, and on another day, at another time, with someone else's quads, this would have been an incredible hike, but just not today. So you spend most of your time trudging down the mountain, mentally scribing your scathing 1-star Google review of the non-operating cable car company. And 2.5 hours later, quads ruined, you finally make it to ground level. No time to waste. Jump on a cable car that is actually working and head up the other side of the valley. Make sure to check and double check what time the last cable car down the mountain is, because we're not doing any more hiking down mountains. Hike over to the incredibly beautiful Oschinensee, I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciation, and be blown away by the outrageous blue water. I've got a bit of a travel rule that if you come across a lake like this, you get your kit off and you have a dip. So get in there. I'm sure the ice cold Alps water is even doing a lot of good for your aching muscles. Super paranoid, you still make it back to the cable car with plenty of time to spare. Day 3, time to have a crack at another Via Ferrata. Drive over to Lauterbrunnen, jump on a super steep cable car that takes you up to the cliffside town of Murren. This Via Ferrata is the most popular in Switzerland, so I was sure I'd bump into some people, but no such luck, so I'm solo again. This Via Ferrata goes across the cliff from Murren to another cliffside town of Gimmelwald. And there's actually a lot of hiking along the way, to the extent that it almost gets dull until you look down, and then that gets the blood going again. I might just shut up and leave this part raw so you get a bit of a feel for what it's like. That was bloody terrifying. I think it didn't help that lots of it was wet, so it's kind of a bit slippery underfoot. But yeah, just looking down to that gets in your head. What a spot. It's incredible. I wish one of my friends would come with me. After that, there's just a few more monkey bridges and then a whole bunch of ladders. Then you get to this insane bridge, and you might think that after the rest of it, this wouldn't have been that scary, but it was super scary because the bridge is so long, any tiny bit of wind, it would just blow all over the place. So after all that, it is actually time for some rest.
Ein Mountainbike, bitte.
Fine, hire a mountain bike, put it on a cable car and take it up to the top of one of the really tall mountains. Grindelwald first. Be really annoyed when you get to the top and realize that you need to keep hiking up. We get it, Switzerland, you've got a lot of hills. Eventually you get to the very beautiful Bachalp Sea. Spend way too long trying to find the exact spot of this photo of your dad from 30 years ago so you can recreate it before realizing there's actually 2 lakes and you're standing at the wrong one. Find the spot, you get the shot. Mental note for next time, wear shorter shorts and bring a taller tripod. Obligatory lake swim. Another mental note, stop going to lakes because these are bloody freezing. Freak out a bit when you realize you've only got 70 minutes to get back to town before the bike shop closes, so you start hooning. Nothing more fun than thrashing a rental bike. Although you know what mountain biking's rough on? The quads. Waste a bunch of time when your GoPro falls off and you need to hike back up 15 minutes to go and find it.
Sorry, mate.
I know we're in a rush, but I feel like it'd be criminal to pass a scene like this and not fill up your water bottle. Second best water in the world after Melbourne tap water. Eventually you get off the technical trails and onto some gravel where you can actually get some speed up. You even have time to stop and meet some of the locals. I'm pretty sure I've met this guy before. You make it back to town before the bike shop closes. All right, day 4. This is actually a pretty chill day, mainly a driving day to get across the mountains using the Furka Mountain Pass. Stop at Ari Gorge on the way. This is usually pretty touristy, but you get there early enough to beat all the crowds. So it's just a lovely stroll along a beautiful gorge. Should have said gorgeous gorge. All right, and then halfway over the mountain pass is this crazy spot that has this old abandoned hotel right on the corner of one of the switchbacks, Hotel Belvedere. The other thing in this area is the Rhone Glacier, but they set it up like a mega tourist attraction and you need to go through a little turnstile, pay an exorbitant amount of money, follow a line of other tourists to a viewing platform. That just sounds a bit flat. So instead, park your car a few switchbacks higher and just get to hiking with the hope that eventually you'll get to a spot where you can get a nice view of the glacier for free, and you do, and it doesn't disappoint. We'll just ignore that glacial lake down the bottom there. I'm actually up quite high. I can't get down there. Don't worry about it. It doesn't count. Few more hours of beautiful roads later and you get to the Vescaza Valley. I know I've said beautiful 50 times in the last 5 minutes, but this is just incredibly beautiful with the most crystal clear water you've ever seen. So find a nice spot under one of the cobblestone bridges to enjoy a well-deserved beer before realizing it's another bloody lake.
No, it's not a lake.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful though.
Yeah, it's not a beautiful body of water. It's freezing. I'm not doing it.
You're only cheating yourself, 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 And that's about it. One last sneaky activity on the morning of day 5. Wake up at 4:30 in the morning to hike in the dark for 2 hours to reach the summit of Mount San Salvatore for sunrise, to experience the incredible 360-degree views of the surrounding lakes. But yeah, that's it. 4 and a smidge days in Switzerland. Let me know if you want to do it and I can send you the full route. That was it. Much better in person. Got lots of laughs. Bye.